Happy opening day. Welcome to our Stateline Sports Reporter opening day edition. I've got Cole Johnson here. We wanted to talk about 4 of our major league guys. We have more around the area, but we just wanted to hone in on these 4 that could potentially make an impact somewhere, sometime this season.
Yeah, and one already did today. Opening day for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you all remember, Hunter Stratton, the Sullivan East grad, he threw 2/3 of an inning today. Had a strikeout. Pirates won an extra inning, so good stuff for Hunter. And then Evan Carter, as we record this, Evan Carter playing right now on not Sunday Night Baseball, it's on ESPN here on a Thursday night. The Texas Rangers playing the Cubs. He's 0 for 2, hoping he grabs a hit in opening day.
I mean, he did some damage to my Baltimore Orioles last year, so I have faith, even if he goes 0 for today, he'll figure it out along the line.
I mean, he did in the World Series. So.
On the biggest stage.
All right, cool.
So we've talked about our 2 that are actively in the league. We also have 2 that are kind of on the brink there. Landon Knack especially, he had some movement last season. You saw him, he was called up actually for the Dodgers opening Soul Series. Then he was taken back down, but he had some pretty good numbers in spring training.
Yeah, it's good to see. You know, you never know what can actually happen with these local guys who go on. It's such a big stage, so we're hoping, we're pulling for him that he can pull something out. When you have those ups and downs, that's what baseball is, though. It is such a long season, whether you're in the minors or in Major League Baseball. Such a long season, day by day. It's a mind game. It's a mind game. I remember playing baseball. I didn't make it to any kind of major level at all. It's such a long season. You got to have that, you know, that mindset to move on from each at bat, each play. So we're definitely pulling for him. I mean, he did his thing at Science Hill and ETSU. We know he's a good ball player.
Yeah, and I think he's definitely got the support of the local crowd with doubling down in Johnson City for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll love to see it. I mean, I'm hoping to get some more guys out in the league from ETSU.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So from Landon Knack, also you have Gavin Cross, Bristol, Tennessee native, played at Virginia Tech, so you also have some Hokie fans around here pulling for him. We've got our digital guy, big Gavin Cross fan. He kind of struggled last year. You're talking about the ebbs and flows. He didn't have his best season, and he started off in high A, kind of struggled there with his swing, started to figure it out, bumped up to double A. Then he got sick with a tick-borne illness, and it kept him out of baseball for a while. How do you think that he can bounce back from something like that? I
mean, something like that's I don't think you can even calculate that in your brain. I mean, it's not like he had a rough go of things on the field and he was declining in his athletic ability and his ability to play baseball. Something like that happens, I think you just got to take it, shrug it off to the side and go back, and once you get healthy, first of all, get healthy, go back to playing your game and get there the way you did before. So you never know how that can affect someone mentally. Like, as I said earlier, baseball's such a mental game, and I'm sure that adds more to it. But I think you just have to go and do your thing and get back to the training mindset that you had that got you to the league.
Well, you know, as Ethan may have been a little bit optimistic there. He said Michael Jordan had his flu game. He's about to have his mosquito illness season, his bounce back season.
I mean, you see guys bounce back with actual physical limitations. I mean, guys have come back from Tommy John surgery and done a great job throwing the ball. So, but like you said, the ebbs and flows of even just a baseball season, but bouncing back and forth from level to level, that's also a mental thing that I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to deal with throughout the years. I mean, Evan Carter last year was in minor leagues the entire season and made an impact coming in September.
Yeah, I think it's actually, Evan Carter brings up an interesting point because he is actually still eligible for Rookie of the Year this year. So who knows, he could explode and still get that Rookie of the Year even with the impact he had last year on that season.
Yeah, it's so weird to look at because I look back in a moment like that. I look back to Derek Jeter. I know it's a crazy comparison, but being a Yankee fan, and he came up at the end of the year in 1995, and he wasn't technically a rookie until 1996, and led that team to a World Series championship for the first time in 18 years. So it's something that's pretty cool to see, not just from a baseball fan perspective, but the fact that he's here locally from Elizabethton and the impact he's made locally on baseball, I think we're going to see a really good year out of him. And I don't know what else to say, but I did draft him in my fantasy baseball league. I had to.
There you go. You had to.
I had to.
You had to. I don't know.
Talked to him a couple of months ago. The Elizabethton named their new field house after him. Got to talk to him. Had to draft him.
You had to carry the Tri-Cities on your back there.
Absolutely.
I think that if you're a baseball fan, there are plenty of names around the league to be excited for, especially when you look at our local guys. 4 guys to keep an eye on this season. Now, stepping away from that local, you're a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
I'm an Orioles fan. Who do you think has the chance to win it all this year?
Win the whole thing or win the AL East?
No, well, AL East is the Orioles, baby. The whole thing.
Oh, boy. You know, every year it comes around baseball season, it seems like it takes forever, but it inches up on you so fast. And I don't ever do my homework enough for when it actually comes around where I'm like, oh, I have it all laid out and I know it's going to happen. So at this point, I couldn't tell you. It sounds terrible, but I don't have an answer other than the Atlanta Braves. That's it.
I think the Braves.
That's it.
I think you've got a good choice there. The
I'm
Dodgers.
going there in a couple weeks.
There you
go.
go.
See them play Evan Carter and the Rangers.
Oh.
I had to check it out. Only 4 hours from Bristol.
There you go.
Closest park to us. Had to knock it off the list. So.
Haven't been to Truist. It's on my bucket list too. I tried to go in college, didn't quite work out. I tried to go World Series time, so it was a little pricey for a college student for sure.
Pricey for us now.
All right. That is true. All right, so you go to the ballpark. Favorite ballpark food?
I mean, I feel like the easy scapegoat answer here and the easy out is a ballpark dog, just a hot dog. Depending on where you go, I don't know. That's just where I go to. If not, I guess popcorn.
I'm personally, you always got to have a cold one and a hot dog. What's your choice of topping there?
I don't do a lot. I'm a very plain person. Sometimes I don't even eat a hot dog with anything on it.
Okay,
if I do, it's just ketchup.
That's questionable. I'm a big ketchup person. I'm definitely putting ketchup on my hot dog, but I'm questioning you on the naked hot dog.
Yeah, that's okay. I get that a lot. So.
All right.
Plain Jane. Plain Jane.
All right. Well, nothing plain Jane about opening day, the excitement around it, and we cannot wait to see how our local guys perform and how each and every one of our personal favorite teams and your favorite teams will perform this season. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Stateline Sports Reporter podcast.